Yo, 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 we are back again. This time we're going to be texturing a chain, and I will hop right into it. So, what we have here is just a chain for our client. We have like the little demon dog head and like a few chains and, just a few things. So, what I'm going to do is, first of all, go to my textures. We'll just go all the way to my textures, and I will put that on my second monitor. So, with that being said, we can now start dragging and dropping our textures onto our chain here. So again, what I'm going to do, if you guys didn't watch my add-on tutorial, is I'm going to select the piece that I want to texture first, right? And let's just say it's the mouth of the dogs, right? I'm going to drag and drop a texture. And same for the eyes. Drag and drop. For the dog body, drag and drop. And for all of these, like the little, I guess, collars around the dog, I'm going to click my attach button on my right hand side under my modify tab. And I'm going to attach those together since they're not textured yet. And I'm going to drag and drop those textures again. And for these diamonds right here that are around the circle, I'm going to drag and drop. For the prongs of the circle, I'm going to drag and drop. And for the circle itself, drag and drop. And for the chain itself, drag and drop. So something like this, right? So now all the textures are on the chain. What I'm going to do next, I'm going to click the eyes, and I'm going to click my modifier list, and I'm going to type UN and unwrap UVW by hitting enter. I'm going to open my UV editor, and I'm going to start bringing these into each other, just like so. And I'm going to go up to the top right of my edit UVWs, and I'm going to change it to the map texture, just like so. I'm going to move it by selecting my select by element UV toggle button. And now look, the eyes are red. Right click, collapse to, and then hit yes. I'm going to do that same for the mouth. Modifier list, unwrap UVW, hit enter, open UV editor, and they're already compacted because I did this in Blender, but now I'm going to highlight everything, change my map to my actual texture, drag it, something like so, and I'm just going to make sure it's in that little red square. Collapse to, hit yes. Remember, for the dog, I textured it, so unwrap UVW, open UV editor. Again, it's already in a square because I did it in Blender. I'm going to drag it up to this black square right here. Scroll in with my mouse. Close that, right click, collapse to, hit yes. For the circle, since it is textured, modifier list, unwrap UVW, hit enter, open UV editor, select all of it, change the texture, the actual texture, make it a little bit bigger, and now it's good. Collapse, right click, collapse to, hit yes. We'll do the same for the prongs. We'll just make sure. Unwrap UVW, open UV editor. That looks pretty good to me. Maybe make them just the texture a little bit more stretched, like so. collapse, right click, collapse to, hit yes. For the diamonds, unwrap UVW, open UV editor, select all of it, change the texture, scale it down just a little bit, just so it fits within this diamond right here. Right click, collapse to, hit yes. For the color here, remember I just textured it. Click modifier list, unwrap UVW, open it, open UV editor, change our textures, highlight it all, click my freeform move tool, and we'll move it to this red area right here. Something like so. Close that, right click, collapse to, hit yes. Click my chain, modifier list, unwrap, open UV editor. I'm going to select this bail part right here. I'm going to open my texture, and I'm going to move up this texture right here. Just scale it down so it's all in the gold area. And gold isn't supposed to be like yellow gold. That's just looks like butter. You do not want buttery gold. It's more dark. It looks a little bit more dark, a little bit more, real. Collapse to, right click, collapse to again, hit yes. See how it unselected that part that you want to be a different, UV at the end? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag and drop my texture right onto it again. So now it's a different material ID. So now with all this textured, we're going to add a text. The client said that they want the name John on it. So what we're going to do, we're going to type out John. Something like so. We're going to highlight all of our text, and we're going to switch it to, where is it? It's a different type of font. Okay, found it. You see, that Gothic font doesn't look too good. You know what? Let's just see. Let's see what they are really wanting. Sometimes Gothic fonts do not look too good, but it's okay. And if it doesn't look too good, ask your clients what they want. And yeah, they still want that Gothic font. It doesn't look good. Let's try Old English. We're going to try Old English here, so Old English, that looks pretty good to me. We're going to click our Select and Uniform Scale button, or hit R on your keyboard, and hit W to move. Remember at the very bottom, our numbers are our X and our Y and our Z. Our Z is always going to be at 0 because it's still on, the bottom. It's on the ground pretty much. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click the up and down arrows here to zero it out. And I'm going to hit R to scale it. And I'm going to bring it up. And I'm going to move it just like that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select my chain. And what I'm going to do is select my chain. And I'm going to select the little bail part right here. And I'm going to detach it. Something like that. And I'm going to click my bail again. I'm going to click my hierarchy tab. Effect pivot only, center to object, effect pivot only again. And I'm going to go to the side view. And I'm going to be holding left shift. And I'm going to drag drop. And I'm going to make it a copy of that. So it looks like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my modify tab. I'm going to attach all these together again. And now I'm going to click back on my text. See how the name John is? See how the J is kind of a little bit too far away from the rest of the text? I'm going to highlight all my text and click manipulate text. Highlight it one more time and bring it together. Something like so. So now it's all kind of together, just like that. I'm going to hit R and scale it up. Scale it in just a tad, so it's not too crazy. Hit W to move it. And I'm going to extrude it 4.5. Click Apply Bevel. Something like so. Hit E to rotate. And W to move it down on the Z axis. And move it back. So we have somewhat of a little bit of a form here to this chain. We'll hit W. And it's a little bit too far, so we'll do something like this, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to click my chain. I'm going to click my vertex tool right here. And I'm going to select all these vertices. Actually, you know what? This might be easier if I just do it this way. So I'm going to select all my vertices right here. And I'm going to drag them down to pretty much connect with how our text is. So something like that. And then I'm going to convert our text to an editable mesh. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click my polygon tool and I'm going to select the top faces of our text right here. Go to an angle and select all of our backs and the sides. I'm going to detach them. So now these sides where I want to glow are detached from the actual base mesh. And I'm going to reopen up my textures again. I'm going to drag and drop my textures back on. Something like this. Boom, boom. See? And now, again, Modifier tab, unwrap UVW, open UV editor. And I'm going to click Flatten Custom, where it says Explode, Flatten Custom. And I'm going to click Select by Element UV Toggle, highlight everything, kind of make it as much of a square as I can, change my texture, move it to that like little red area, and just scale it down, just like so. Close that, close this, right click, collapse to, hit yes. Never hold yes because then it will override it and you'll have some problems in the future where you're just unwrapping and it just won't pop back up and you'll have to reset your settings in 3ds Max. And as you guys just seen, all I did, open up UV editor, explode, flatten custom. Select by element UV toggle, select all this, kind of start making it a little bit of a square, bring it in, bring it in, we'll do this, close this, and I'll highlight everything, and we'll just make it just a little bit bigger, start stretching the textures just a little bit, something like that. Close this, right click, collapse to, hit yes. And then we'll just attach everything together, just like this. And now what we can start doing is start attaching all of our objects together. So there's no particular order to this. All I'm doing is I click my attach button, and now I'm just attaching everything together. And now everything is one object. I'm going to click my polygon tool, and I'm going to scroll down on my right hand side without, not in the middle, just like either on the side or use the little bar here. I'm going to click the drop down where it says polygon material IDs. I'm going to see what my material 1 is. It's the eyes where the red is. I'm going to click inside the mouth of the dog. I'm going to select, highlight the 2 and change that to a 1. Click the bottom and click select ID. Again, do that for the collar. And I will do that for the outline of the name. And now what I'm going to do, go to my next material, which is ID 3. That's the dog. This is not going to be glowing. It's just diamond. I'm going to click the back of the circle, or the circle right here. I'm going to change that to 3. I'm going to click the prongs, select, hit 3, click one of the letters, set ID, ID 3, click the set it. We'll do the bail right here, ID 3. Something like so. Now we'll do our last material, which is ID 7, which is the diamonds. The diamonds are going to have a flat map, so we'll select this, change that to 7, and now all my IDs are set, as you do see. Alright guys, we'll pick this up in part 2 when I come back. Thanks guys for watching.